Catgirl with a gambling addiction is quite possibly the most bizarre name for an Isaac mod that I've ever seen on the Steam Workshop. It's a mod that contains a feline gambling addict and her tainted variant, the alcoholic catgirl. Along with that comes new challenges, trinkets, items, and pickups. In this video, I'm going to be showcasing everything the mod has to offer so that you too can become an alcoholic gambling addict. Wait, also sorry this video took so long, I got a little sick, so anyway, on with the video. Let's start with explaining Gabby, which is the official name for our gambling protagonist. She starts with this pocket active named Try Your Luck, which gets automatically used once it is fully charged. On use, it can activate one of 8 different effects of varying rarity, with the item Luckfoot making negative effects less common. For the common effects, you could either lose 1 to 3 keys, bombs, or coins, or nothing if you're poor, or new pickups can be dropped next to you on the floor. These pickups can be coins, keys, bombs, or more rarely, pills and tarot cards. After that are the more uncommon effects, where you'll either lose half a heart or heal half a heart, or half a soul heart if you have no red heart containers or full on HP. With the rare effects, we have stats going up or down, but I couldn't actually get this to work in my testing, so I guess I'm just unlucky. Though if I'm unlucky, maybe I shouldn't be playing a mod centered around gambling. Finally, we have the very rare effects, which can either spawn an item or most rarely remove an item. This one hurts. That's just mean. Let's not forget about Birthright, titled A Big Reward or a Big Trouble. This gives 1 of 6 special effects every floor, being either positive or negative. It can make your tiers deal double damage, or make the player take double damage. It can make items of quality 2 or lower be rerolled into quality 3 items or higher, or the opposite. And lastly, it can give the player a 50% chance to block damage, or make bosses and enemies have more health. And that's pretty much it for Gabby. Overall, she's a very simple character, but her chaotic gameplay is actually pretty fun. I just wish the stat changes worked, because you start with a lower damage than normal, and this could become quite a drag. Before we can talk about the mod's challenges and Gabby's tainted variant, we need to talk about her many unlocks. She's got 14, 2 of which are upgrades to her character. Killing Mom's Heart gives her the Wheel of Fortune card, and getting all marks as her grants her 5 additional coins to start with. When it comes to items though, she unlocks 3 passives and 2 actives. Let's start with the D Broken, because you can't have a mod centered mostly around gambling without the classic dice variant. It's unlocked by defeating Isaac as Gabby, and can either upgrade the quality of items or lower them. If an item at the maximum quality of 4 is rerolled, it'll just reroll through other quality 4s, and vice versa for quality 0. It can also appear in the shop item pool for some reason, along with other few weird ones. Oh, and if someone in the comments can tell me what's going on in this sprite, I'd be very grateful. Her other active item is unlocked by defeating Satan, and is Try Your Luck, which I already explained earlier in the video, if you were even paying attention. It works the same on other characters, so if you weren't, just rewind the video or something. Fortune Chips is a passive item unlocked by defeating the Beast, which gives a 20% chance to spawn a slot machine on room clear. Additionally, you'll get a free beggar of a random type whenever you enter a new floor. This thing is strong. I mean, the devil chance from the beggars already makes this item worth picking up, but being able to blow up machines for pickups every once in a while is a super nice bonus. Or you can gamble too, but that's never worked out well for me. The last passive item for Gabby is unlocked by defeating Mother and is called Mutant Heart. It's basically counterfeit penny, but for HP. Picking up a heart will give you an extra heart along with it, and if you're playing as any of the keepers, it'll give an extra heart upon collecting any pickup at all. This item is undeniably useful for survivability, since it can give you soul hearts as well. My only complaint is this costume it's got going on, which I can't tell if I should be grossed out by or not. Let's look at some trinkets now, starting with debt papers. Collecting any type of pickup, excluding hearts while this trinket is held, will give you a random small stat up instead. Or, well, a small damage up, because it looks like the developer accidentally disabled the code that makes it choose a random stat, but hey, I'm not complaining. Additionally, after collecting a random number between 50 and 100 pickups, the trinket is meant to disappear, but I also couldn't get this working. It's a nice concept, albeit not very functional. It has an interesting synergy with Tainted Cain, who can basically sacrifice progress towards an item for stats, and also Tainted Blue Baby, where it prevents him from picking up poops and actually taking advantage of his gimmick. This could be considered useful, but I think for the most part, Tainted Blue Baby fans are gonna have to sit this one out. Damn it! There's another similar unlock if you beat Ultra Greedier named Tax Papers. With this trinket, you can't actually pick up items and instead get 1 to 5 stat ups depending on the item's quality. So a quality 0 will give you a single stat up, while a quality 4 will give you 7. These stats can be either damage, tiers, luck, or range. Next is Gabby's Roulette, but spelled wrong, and unlocked by defeating the lamb. So the player has a 15% chance to shoot a shotgun tier, or a 30% chance when it's a golden trinket. This shotgun deals 8 times the player's damage, or 16 times if in the ascent or room onwards. And this tier, or shotgun really, has a 50% chance to either deal damage to the enemy it hits, or hurt the player. So I guess the lore is that Gabby wanted to innovate on the game of Russian roulette. For what it's worth, the concept of this trinket is actually pretty dark. I was a little worried about covering this trinket when writing the video, but then, well, I don't know. I guess my worries passed. This next trinket is very simple, but I think it's a very funny concept. Leaking battery is unlocked by defeating Blue Baby. Clearing a room can either grant an extra charge or remove a charge from all active items. It's a neat trinket, but it spews an error every time you clear a room. It's harmless, but it's still a little silly. We're done with the trinkets that Gabby unlocks, so next I want to talk about a brand new chest variant. Slot chests are unlocked by defeating Delirium as Gabby. If unlocked, they have an 8% chance to replace locked chests. Interacting with the chest will consume a coin, or if you have no coins, a key, and if you have no keys, a bomb, or nothing if you're completely broke. If the chest consumes a pickup, it'll be counted towards the pickups required to open the chest. You need between a random number from 1 to 20 pickups to open the chest, or between 1 and 16 if you have Luckfoot. You can actually get quite the haul from slot chests. You have a 20% chance of getting an item, or a 100% chance if in dark room or chest. Otherwise, you have a 10% chance of getting 2 to 5 cards, a 10% chance of getting 2 to 9 trinkets, and a 60% chance of getting some regular pickups. Let's talk about a card now, unlocked by completing Boss Rush as Gabby. Apple to Apple is a quirky one, as it can activate one of 5 different effects on use. Using the card will show the name of the chosen effect on screen. First we have Quick Pick, which will go over each pickup in the room and spawn 4 pickups of the same type, flying out in a random direction but disappearing on a short timer. If there are no pickups, it'll just spawn some on top of you, which will also quickly disappear if they aren't collected. Next is Potpourri, which basically just uses the D20. This next one's my favorite. Big Bombs, which is in all caps in the code, spawns 1 to 3 Gigabomb pickups. This one's insane. This is one of the more common effects too, so it's pretty easy to get in a run. These last 2 each have an 8% chance of appearing. Turnover will spawn a restock machine next to the player, and 2 for 1 will spawn an item from the current room's item pool for 30 cents. Okay, the last 2 unlocks for Gabby are both heart variants. The first one is Locked Heart, a soul heart variant unlocked by defeating Mega Satan as Gabby. Picking it up grants Isaac an aura and shows a lock above his head. This is essentially a Holy Mantle effect, so Isaac will block the next incoming damage. Blocking the next hit will give Isaac either a key, coin, or bomb. The catch with this is that if you're under the effects of a Locked Heart, you can't pick up any hearts at all, which is an interesting idea, I'll give them that. Lastly is Glitch Heart, unlocked by defeating Hush as Gabby. It simply gives a random heart when collected, or a random pickup. While making this video, I looked inside the mod's code to see how it handles these hearts behind the scenes, since something like this is usually very complicated. I found a file called hearthandler.lua, and at the very top there's a comment saying, "Because I put too much effort in this, I should explain some things." And then there's nothing. Nothing is explained! This mod is so weird, and I can't even peek behind the curtains and see what's going on inside the developer's head. I can't believe this mod is even real! This mod is fucking awesome! Okay, before we talk about the tainted character in the mod, I want to talk about the 2 challenges, as well as their unique unlocks and characters. That's right, there are 2 unique characters specifically for the challenges. The first challenge is with a catgirl that has rabies named Raku-chan. You may recognize this character from the maybe satire anime known as Nyan Neko Sugar Girls. This anime is loud.
I need complete silence for this spell.
Drawn in MS Paint. The voice acting sounds like it was recorded through a tin can, and is definitely a product of its time. Now with that being said, I find this shit way funnier than it has any right being. I couldn't actually get myself to sit through all the episodes, but just know that in the anime, Raku-chan gets rabies, and is very emotional about it. Anyway, let's talk about the actual challenge. You play as Raku-chan, going to Mom. A certain number of enemies will be infected by rabies upon entering a room. The amount of enemies grows depending on the stage you're on. Enemies with rabies will move faster and leave behind this white creep which can harm you. That's not all though. Raku-chan will start with lower damage, but higher tiers in speed. She can use her pocket active Squirrel Tail to give herself rabies, a reference to the anime. These will give her speed, tears, and damage, but will also start a 5-minute death timer that will cancel upon entering a new floor. Using the pocket active again will decrease this timer by 30 seconds, so you have to be very careful not to use it too heavily. That's all for the challenge, so let's talk about what you get for beating it. The unlock is Heartbroken, an item visually and mechanically similar to Heartbreak from the vanilla game, but more oriented towards your tears stat. It grants 2 broken hearts on pickup, and an additional one for every new floor you enter, at a cap of 11 broken hearts. For every broken heart, you gain 0.12 tears, with an added 0.04 tears for every additional copy of the item held. There is a second challenge with another unique character named Tequila. I couldn't actually tell if this was a reference to anything. She doesn't seem to be related to Rakuchan in any way, so it's anyone's guess. You start with 2020 and 2 new items, one being a pocket active named Resume Story, and the other being a passive called Book Notes. Resume Story has a 2-room charge and will use a random book effect, and Book Notes gives the player an extra chance to use a book effect upon using an active item. This chance is higher the more charges your active item used. You go to Mom's Heart, but the catch is that every item is a book. I think the strategy here is just to pick up Book of Belial, then hope for healing from Resume Story. The unlock for this challenge is actually Book Notes itself. Now that the challenge characters have been covered, it's time to go over the tainted character in the mod, an alcoholic catgirl named Whiskey. Whiskey? Whiskey? Okay, I don't know what the creator of this mod was thinking while making it, but I want in on it. It's like if I named my character mod the Sheriff Shooty. Whiskey is similar to Gabby in that she's centered around random events happening without your input, and also unsimilar in that she swears every time she gets hit.
So loud.
She also starts with the item 2020, giving her double shot. There are 17 different possible effects, with more than half of them being negative. One random effect happens per room, but her pocket active named One Last Beer can activate 3 additional effects to the next uncleared room in exchange for an additional room clear reward, or one of 4 special effects in a boss room. This reward can be a chest or a pickup, but in boss rooms can be either a chest or an item. Or at least that's what the description of the mod says, but I couldn't actually get an item to spawn in the boss room. First I'll go over all of the normal effects, and then I'll go over all of the boss effects. Parry gives enemies a chance to cancel incoming damage. This chance scales with the player's damage, capping at 33%. 20% harder will make enemies red and grant them 20% more HP. Cry Defense makes enemies shoot a cluster of harmful tears in a random direction upon taking damage. This can only happen every 1 to 4 seconds. No Shoot gives the player the fear effect for 2 seconds. Short Eye causes the player to shoot tears with a slight angle variation. Double Pain makes enemies deal double damage. Chimichangas makes the player shoot fires in the direction they're walking every 1 to 6 seconds that deal 150% of their damage. Crying for Life gives the player a chance to shoot an extra tear in a random direction that deals 80% of their damage. Vomit gives the player a trail of green creep that deals 65% of their damage. These next 2 effects I couldn't get working, so you'll have to appreciate my artistic interpretation of them, drawn in MS Paint. Heal Kill grants the player a 15% chance to heal upon killing an enemy. If the player is full on red hearts, you'll heal for half a soul heart. Revive makes enemies have a 50% chance to revive after dying. Fire enemies makes enemies spawn a group of harmful fires on death. Pinata gives enemies a chance to drop a random pickup upon death. There's also the boss room exclusive effects. 50% heal makes bosses have 50% more HP. Cry Defense causes bosses to shoot a cluster of tears in random directions on a cooldown of 0.5 to 1 second. Double Pain makes bosses deal double damage, and very lastly, Boom Boss makes enemies have a 3% chance of shooting a bomb towards the player upon being hit. That's all the effects. Most of them are negative, so generally runs of this character are more chaotic than Gabby. Okay, with that out of the way, let's look at Whiskey's unlocks. Since she's a tainted character, she has less than Gabby, so this shouldn't take long at all to cover. Anyway, the first item is a card, unlocked by defeating Ultra Greedier's Whiskey, named Ruleless Card. This card has a different effect for every character. Oh. No, I'm not doing this. I'm tired of explaining overcomplicated singular mechanics. I need a break. I'm done.
Hello and welcome to Gambling Academy. I'm your professor, Oil Y Spoil, and today we'll be learning about the Ruleless card. The Ruleless card has a unique effect for every character, including Gabby and Whiskey, that amounts to 36 effects we're gonna cover. Oh man. But to make sure this lecture doesn't drag out for too long, I'll be going through them really fast. If you use the Ruleless card of Isaac, it'll reroll all items in the room into items of their same quality. Maggie will spawn 3 random hearts next to the player. Cain just spawns a chest. Judas uses the Empress and Devil cards at once. If you use it with Blue Baby, you get 2 to 6 blue flies, which kinda sucks in comparison to these other effects, but what do I know? I'm just a little thingy. Eve will remove up to 2 whole hearts and 1 max HP, but grant up to 2 soul hearts depending on how much HP is lost. Samson will take 3 hits of fake damage, meaning he won't lose any HP. Azazel will spawn 3 balls of brimstone in random positions in a room that lasts 3 seconds, the amount of balls being doubled in big rooms. Lazarus just shoots 8 tears around himself. The mods devs really put on their thinking cap of this one. Eden just uses a random card. Wow. The Law spawns an item pedestal with just breakfast on it. Lilith spawns a familiar shop item that costs 25 cents. Keeper spawns 1 to 3 coins. So rich. Polyon gets 3 to 6 random locusts from the locust trinkets. The Forgotten spawns 2 bone hearts, but if you use it as the soul, it spawns 2 soul hearts. Bethany spawns 3 to 6 wisps with a 20% chance to spawn a soul heart too. Jacob spawns 2 random cards, while Esau spawns 2 random trinkets. Now for the Tainted characters, Tainted Isaac spawns 1 to 3 dice shards. For Tainted Maggie, they ran out of ideas. It's the exact same as normal Maggie. Tainted Cain spawns 1 to 3 pickups of the same type. Tainted Judas' Ruleless card effect deals 50% of every enemy in the room's max HP, which might seem good, but don't be deceived since it does only 50 maximum damage. Tainted Blue Baby spawns 4 to 8 friendly dips. Tainted Eve spawns 2 random Blood Clot familiars. Tainted Samson and Tainted Azazel both do the same effect as their normal variants. Awesome. Tainted Lazarus shoots 12 tears in the ring, while his flipped variant just spawns a huge, short-lived creep puddle that deals half the player's damage. Tainted Eden just uses a random reverse tarot card. Tainted Lost, however, spawns 1 to 3 holy cards, which is probably the best effect for any of these characters. Tainted Lilith just uses the Jello active. Tainted Keeper spawns a random shop item for the current room's pull that costs 30 to 60 cents. So expensive. Tainted Apollyon spawns 6 to 10 random locusts. Tainted Forgotten just explodes, which, I mean, it could be a reference to the Hot Potato Challenge, but I kinda doubt it at this point. Tainted Bethany gets 2 to 4 Lemington Wisps from the current room's pull, and a 20% chance for a red heart. Now on for the last vanilla character. Tainted Jacob blocks every enemy in the room in place of Anima Sola, and when Tainted Jacob is in his lost form, he gets a Holy Mantle shield. Now for the 2 modded characters, Gabby rerolls a player's collected pickups, giving 1 to 5 coins if they have absolutely nothing. And lastly, Tainted Gabby gives 5 of her room effects for the next uncleared room. And that's all of them. It's a bit of a mixed bag, but you didn't go into crippling debt from your student loans to hear my opinion. Class dismissed.
Oh, what? My break's over? Sorry, I'll get back to it. Next is a trinket named Drunk Rage, unlocked by defeating Mother. Whiskey can also start with this trinket if you get all of the completion marks as her. Shooting Tears has a 10% chance of throwing a broken bottle, which deals 3 times the player's damage. If it hits an enemy, 4 tears will be shot in the opposite direction the tear is moving in. A cool addition is that the chance of throwing a bottle actually increases depending on how many room effects are active, making a neat synergy for Whiskey. The other trinket is Lost Tooth, unlocked by defeating Isaac, Satan, Blue Baby, and the Lamb. It simply grants the player a chance to shoot a tooth tear in a random direction when a tear hits an enemy, with the chance increasing depending on the damage dealt. These next 2 are Soul Stones, unlocked at the same time by defeating Boss Rush and Hush. First is Soul of Gabby, which rerolls the player's coins, keys, and bombs. Second is Soul of Whiskey, which grants 1 to 10 random room effects for the next uncleared room. Next is actually a new beggar, unlocked by defeating Mega Satan. It's named the Juice Stall, and costs 1 coin to interact with. And when interacted with, it drops a random juice pickup of varying rarities. The primary application of these juices is to grant a certain amount of room effects. In order of rarity, there's Apple Juice, which gives a random room effect in the next uncleared room, Orange Juice, which gives 3, and Lemon Juice, which gives 6. Blueberry Juice grants 5 to 10 and a Soul Heart, and then there's the ominously named Death Sentence, which grants 10 room effects and a Black Heart. Lastly, and most rarely, there's Painkillers, which I don't think counts as juice, but to each their own. This grants 8 room effects, heals a red heart, and has a 20% chance of removing a broken heart. Okay, this next item is pretty wacky. It's unlocked by defeating the beast, and is titled a Cup of Whiskey. It grants a hefty 1.5 damage up, 0.2 tears, and 0.1 shot speed. Not only that, it has a 20% chance to replace normal beggars with a drunk beggar. These guys look funny, cost 1 cent to interact with, and have 1 of 3 effects they can do with a guaranteed payout. They can either grant a random room effect for each uncleared room for the rest of the floor, spawn an item, or just drink and do nothing. These guys are pretty charming, I like them. There's also one last beer, Whiskey's Pocket Active, which can be unlocked by defeating Delirium. Lastly, there's... oh, that's it. That's all for this mod. There's some funny stuff hidden in the files, such as a possible tarnished variant, but I'll wait to cover that once it's actually released. Though a new update for this mod isn't looking likely. I don't actually have a closing remark for this video, so I don't know, go play outside or something. Yeah, no,
What?
it's not a Soul Heart character.
Okay.
What, you don't like this mod?
I like mods.